Today is December the 7th, 1990. The following is a recording of the Mike Scinto show on 1290 WHIO radio. It's a Friday afternoon. This is the Pro Picks show for baseball commentary and football choices for the games next week. They have a surprise guest commentator on today, which I think you'll learn as you listen to the rest of this recording.
To join us. Hello, Anthony.
How you doing?
We of course can see Anthony Munoz's diary on News Center 7 right here on WHIO television. Anthony, I think we were all, was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now that we all held our breath a little bit when you went down and were taken off the field. You and I think Reimers collided. Was that 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now?
2 weeks ago against the Colts. That's correct.
Was it your back that was hurt?
The right knee. Had a little person fall on it and kind of stretched out a little bit, but it's doing excellent now. Came back last week in the Pittsburgh game, played the whole game, and it felt pretty good.
So you're back in fairly decent shape then?
Oh yeah, it's like I said, it's feeling excellent, and I don't really see it bothering me throughout the rest of the season. I've been real happy with the recovery and the way it came back.
You know, I've heard a lot of people say that Monday night's game between the Giants and the 49ers was a boring game. They don't like defensive ball. And the final score reflected a very defense-oriented game. Is that what we're going to see, do you think, when you take on the 49ers Sunday?
Well, they do have an excellent defense, and we know as an offense that we're going to have to execute to perfection, play a physical ball game because they are physical on both sides of the ball. Again, you never know what's going to happen, but you know, we do expect it to be very physical and just take what we can get.
Now, is that the single, in your own mind, obviously that's the game people have been talking about all season, and every game we start hearing this must win now in this division, but is that the game you must win of the rest of the schedule?
I believe so. I think this would be not only a must, but a very important win for us, confidence builder, pretty much just measuring to see what kind of team we really have. Are we capable of getting up for the very best in this league? And I think this would be the ultimate test this week.
We're talking to Anthony Munoz for just a couple of minutes on AM 1290 WHIO. And I want to take a look at the rest of the schedule. Just heading out San Francisco, we just talked about. The Raiders, a coming team, a tough team, as we enter the second, or as we head into the final 3 or 4 games of the season. You think that's going to be a tough one for you?
No question about it. They're always tough. Again, it's tough to look past this week, but they are on the schedule. Eventually, they have to get to them. And excellent defense. Excellent defense. Their offense has a lot of weapons.
All right, Houston is always a battle with. It's always tough. It's going to be at Houston in the Dome. What do you think?
Well, there's a change there. We did play them there the first time because of the Reds in the playoffs.
Oh, so it's been switched. So it's going to be a home game here in the jungle.
We'll have them at home, so that'll work out fine. And then Cleveland at home. So we got the last 2 games against divisional teams. We'll be at home. Both of them always tough.
And at this point, I doubt that there's much concern, or is there, over Cleveland? I know you can't take it for granted, but is there much concern over beating them?
Well, there's always concern. As long as they're an NFL team, you have to be up and execute every week, and you can't really overlook anybody.
All right, Anthony Munoz, I know you only had a few minutes. Your time was limited. I appreciate you coming on this edition, and hopefully we'll get you on again some other time.
Yeah, that'd be a pleasure when we have a little more time. Sorry I got to rush, but I got to get the clothes on, the pads, and we got to practice.
I hear you. Thank you, Anthony. Good luck this weekend. Bye-bye. Bye. All right, this is AM 1290 WHIO, the Mike Scinto Show. I'm not sure... Hello, Marty, are you there? I hung up on Marty Williams. Okay.
Again.
I call Marty. Yeah, I do that every week. It's my
whether you
tradition.
need to or not.
Yeah. That is, that's the first time I looked all the way through the Bengals schedule because we've been so concerned with the other teams. But the Raiders, I think, is going to be the only tough game they have left after San Francisco. I don't know that Houston's going to be a battle for them.
Not at home.
Yeah, not at home. No. And Cleveland certainly is going to be a walkover. So, they certainly have a chance anyway. Gosh, Marty, that's my weekly tradition.
Yeah.
Hang it up on you. I did it early in the show instead of late in the show. That's the only difference this time.
Okay.
I was just talking to Larry. The Raiders game and the San Francisco game this weekend appear to be the only two really tough games that Cincinnati has left. Houston in the jungle, and I didn't realize they had switched that, but Houston in the jungle is not going to be, I don't think, will be tough. Do you?
Well, Houston beat them by, I think, 48-17 or something like that the last time they played, so I don't think you could be
not a walkover.
Overly confident about a rematch after a game like that. But Houston is up and down. Historically, they don't play very well on the road, particularly in cold weather. But especially with the trouble the Bengals have had against run-and-shoot teams, I don't think you could call that game a lock by any stretch.
Cleveland is going to be a lock. Would you agree? Unless something drastic changes.
It would appear to be, yeah. It just, I think those last two, everybody talks about how important the 49ers and the Raiders are, but I think those last two games are probably going to decide if the Bengals can win the division.
All right, Tom Brenner, what do you think? As you look ahead? Tom Brenner is our guest commentator today. Tom, what do you think as we look ahead to the 49ers, the Raiders, Houston, and Cleveland?
Well, I've really been impressed with the Raiders this year. They've just really come on, and Art Shell last year just did a fantastic job with them. That is going to be a real tough game, and as Anthony said earlier, you can't look ahead any more than the one game you got coming. Houston in the jungle, I think that's probably going to be one of those that they're going to go down. Cincinnati's going to take that one.
Okay. Cleveland, no problem?
Cleveland, that's pretty much a given thing, too. But again, like Anthony Munoz said, you just don't take any chances. You just take it as it comes.
That's traditionally been the battle. I mean, you look at the end of the season, and the last Cincinnati-Cleveland game is the battle. Larry, the 49ers, and we talked about the upcoming game. What do you think about the 49ers this weekend? They're coming off a win, although certainly not a big win. It was a hard-fought win on Monday Night Football, a big defensive game. Is this going to be a defensive game, or is this going to be a lot of balls either rushing or in the air?
Well, I think it depends on what the coaches want to. Sam Weich and Bill Parcells are probably about as contrasting styles of coaching as you could have in the NFL. But at the same time, I think that the Bengals would like to establish a running game and be able to run against the 49ers, something which the Giants felt that they had to do, insisted upon doing, and were not able to do. It just what remains to be seen is, will Cincinnati feel like, okay, well, we feel we can get done what no one else is doing. Will they try to do that, or will they look to put the ball up, open it up a little bit, and play the role of spoiler? I think the Bengals are in a good position. Nobody expects the Cincinnati Bengals to win in the NFL world. Yeah, I mean, there are people that are perhaps picking them to win because of the weapons they have, because of the tools they have. So they're in a situation where they can be a spoiler. They're playing at home. They can maybe do some things that they would certainly not do if they were on the road, that they certainly wouldn't do if they were playing a division opponent with just maybe a one-game lead, where a loss would mean that you'd be out of the driver's seat in the division. So I think that the Bengals are in a good position. They can play for an upset.
Tom Brenner, what do you think this weekend, San Francisco?
I think it's going to be another low-scoring game.
What's the spread right now? 4 or 4.5? Or
3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be another low-scoring game, I think. I think the defense is going to tell well, and I think the Bengals are really set up for their defense. They don't have a lot of people injured or out right now. As far as Joe Montana goes, boy, you can just never count that man out. I mean, in the last second or in the last 2 minutes, he's the master of the 2-minute drill right now.
Yep. No question about it. Has been for a long time, too.
Oh, yeah. I just think that the 2-minute drill is going to catch San Francisco in the backside one of these weeks, and I'm thinking this might be the week. I was picking them last week, and they...
Yeah. All right, Big Ed Ballard just wandered in. I know, blame a little shame, 9-5 last week, so a little bit of shame. Yeah, that's right. You've been looking for a parking place for 25 minutes, right? Marty Williams, what do you think about this weekend's game with San Francisco?
Well, I think the Bengals are catching them on a good time. They have to be, everybody put so much effort, and there was so much interest around the game with the Giants. It was a Monday night game. They have to travel across the country, even though they haven't lost a road game in 2 years. Physically, that takes a little bit of a toll on you. Ronnie Lott is going to be out. They've got some other guys who are nicked up a little bit, so I think that is certainly catching them at a good time, but whether it'll be good enough, that's what we'll start finding out at 1 o'clock Sunday.
All right, going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. Big Ed Ballard has joined us as well. Marty Williams is with us on our phone line. Tom Brenner, our guest commentator today. Big Ed Ballard has arrived in the studio with his entourage, and Larry Hanskin, sports director for AM 1290 WHIO Radio. In a little while, we'll be talking to Rich Goins, who's sitting on the billboard out in Denver until the Broncos win, and he may be there until Denver freezes over. A long time, and we'll be back on AM 1290 WHIO.
So you've been listening to the Mike Scinto Show for some time, and now you're ready to pick up the phone and get involved, but you're not sure how it works. It's simple. Step 1, dial 457-1290, or toll free 1-800-345-1290. Step 2, when your call is answered, turn your radio down while you're waiting. You'll hear the show over your phone. Step 3, your call is answered and you're part of the show. See how easy it is? It's your show and the only midday forum of its kind in the Miami Valley. The Mike Scinto Show on 1290 WHIO.
In the spirit of the season, Bill Knapp's would like to announce a very special holiday offer. Right now through December 17th, when you order any beverage with Bill Knapp's complete meal deal, you get to take the classic Coca-Cola glass home for the holidays, free. Now these are the great old-fashioned Coke glasses with a classic shape, all decked out in a holiday trim. Glasses that you'll be glad to keep and use at home, especially this time of year. Of course, with your $5.99 complete meal deal, you also get your choice of 10 entrees, along with soup, fresh salad, and biscuits served with honey, plus your choice of vegetable or potato. A dessert made from scratch, all for just $5.99. So look for a coupon in your local paper or ask the server at your table. Either way, come into Bill Knapp's today and get a great meal at a great price, plus a classic Coke glass absolutely free with the complete meal deal and a beverage purchase. Offer ends Monday, December 17th, or while supply lasts.
We're at Toys R Us, where the world's biggest toy store has announced a $100 million toy clearance, just in time for Christmas.
Hundreds of toys are reduced from 30 to 75%.
Like Kenner's starting lineup talking baseball, now only $19.98.
Starting lineup was originally $70.
Fisher-Price Star Stage, now only $19.98.
Originally $38.
The savings are huge.
Over $100 million worth of toys.
And there's more. Fisher-Price Pocket Rockers player, now $9.98. Record Breaker Super 8 set, just $29.98.
Nosy Bears, $4.98. Baby Eden Grove, $14.98.
The low clearance prices are marked on red stickers, and they're all throughout the store.
Dick Tracy action figures, only $1.98. And the Dick Tracy watch is $3.98.
Why pay more? Come to Toys R Us and get select Tiger electronic games for only $12.98.
And Bouncing Kids for only $6.98.
Look for the red stickers and save at the $100 million toy clearance happening now at Toys R Us. All stores open until midnight.
Don't miss it.
Stubbs Markets gives you another 11 great reasons to shop early this Saturday morning, 7 a.m. to 12 noon. Reason 1, Meyer Fresh 2% milk, 99 cents a gallon. Reason 2, fresh ground beef, 1 pound, 98 cents. Reason 3, golden yellow bananas, 25 cents a pound. Reason 4, in Stubbs Deli, Eckrich chopped ham, 98 cents a pound. Reason 5, pure sweet sugar, 4-pound bag, just 98 cents. Reason 6, Dawn Fresh Grade A large eggs, 58 cents a dozen. Reason 7, Hyde Park soft spread margarine, 3-pound tub, 48 cents. Reason 8, Hyde Park frozen pizza, 7.8 ounce, 48 cents. Reason 9, Indian summer apple juice, 64 ounce bottle, 88 cents. Reason 10, in Stubbs Bakery, cream horns, 9 count, $1.98. And another thing, all Stubbs stores now offer unlimited double coupons every day. Stubbs with 6 great area locations. Specials good this Saturday only, 7 a.m. to 12 noon. All right, we're back on AM 1290 WHIO, the Mike Scinto Show. I got to tell you Tom Brenner's story. Last week we got a call from Tom in Inglewood who made a comment about Dallas. I don't even remember what was your comment now. It was obviously very pertinent because Dallas won. I mean,
I've just been impressed with what Jimmy Johnson has done, and Big Ed probably is too. I really like what he's done with the team, and I think that...
You like what Big Ed's done with the team?
Well, yeah, I like what he's done with the team, too.
I've
That
done
hat.
for the team.
Yeah.
The hat does it. But I was really impressed with what Dallas did. I just want to know what Big Ed thought.
Big Ed? Oh, you wanted to know last week what he
Last
thought.
week, yeah.
I'll still tell you, the reason why I was late today...
You're still telling me they're not going to get a wild card, right? You're still telling me there's no
I don't
chance?
know.
You said last
they could
week.
go 8-8 now. I didn't realize it was going to be that easy.
Yeah.
3 in a row. But I was late today because Dallas wasn't playing. I thought there wasn't any football this week.
No, there is.
Anyway, there is football.
Hey, my Bucks aren't playing either, so I can't lose that one. Although I won last week.
Barely.
Yeah, barely, but that's still a win.
You won, but Ray Perkins
Tom
lost.
called, that's right. Yeah, big time. You called in and you made your comments about Dallas. Your brother, who listens to his show while he's out driving around for CompuNet, Mike, is that his name?
Yeah.
How can I forget that?
How can you forget?
Yeah, called you after the show, or had a nurse call you,
Had a secretary at the hospital call me.
and say she was from the Mike Scinto show staff.
Right.
Now that ought to clue something right there. I don't have a staff. You can see what I've got here. Called and said that your comments were so good we wanted to get you on the air.
Right.
As a guest commentator.
Right.
And then he called you back a couple hours later after the excitement. I mean, I can understand the excitement about wanting to be on the show.
This is just the
This is the epitome of talk.
Where can I go from here? You know, I've made it to the top now.
Oprah?
You had a staff of large producers at one time.
I did, as a matter of fact. You and Bob Ransom. And then so you said, what can I do about this? Because he got you. He called you back and he said he got you. And I said, why don't you come in as a guest commentator next week? So here you are.
Here I am. I've made it to the top now. I'm going to have to completely reprioritize my goals.
And I guess being on with Big Ed, Larry Hanskin, myself, and certainly Marty Williams from the Dayton Daily News, who is, you've told me, somewhat of an idol of yours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If I could be anyone, it'd probably be like any one of you guys.
See,
Marty.
you got a fan club, Marty.
I'm your fan, Marty.
Just don't forget to claim all the money you get on your income tax, because the Internal Revenue is watching.
Let's go to the phones on ProPix on 1290 WHIO. Mike calling us from work in Moraine. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Listen, I'm doing great. Thank you. You wanted to be a part of ProPix today.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to just extend my congratulations to Tom Brenner for getting on the show.
Well, it was really, really his comments, his very insightful remarks that got him on here. It was nothing else.
Yes, I did think that his insights were pretty spectacular and all, and I just wanted to call in and make sure that you guys got the message that I think he's pretty cool.
All right. Well, Mike, thank you. Was that part of the bet you had to call up and say?
No, he told me he was going to call up. So.
I think he's lobbying for a Christmas present myself. I mean,
we could call this, instead of the Baker Boys, we'd call it the Brenner Boys and have you switch off every week. And
oh, no, that wouldn't be fair. I think you should just keep me on all the time.
Okay. We'll pay you the same thing we pay Big Ed.
Well, I can handle that because he's obviously well paid.
All right. Who do you like in the Central Division right now? I mean, it's kind of a three-horse race in the AFC Central.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's neck and neck almost. I'm going to stay with Cincinnati. I'm going to stay with them. Houston is good, but I think they're going to go down against the Bengals. I think it's going to come down to divisional record, though.
Okay. By the way, we have a very honest man here too. Tom, you were only 500 last week. You were 8-8 or 7-7. Yeah, 7-7. You can add.
What are the standings?
Big Ed Bell. I don't have the season standings because I lost that 1 week. I've got to find it. It's someplace else. But you're still in the lead. Well over 100 games on the win column. You were 9-5 last week. Marty and I were 10-4. And Larry, God, you're trying to catch up, man. 8-6 last week. That's a sad performance. But there were interesting. There were a couple of overtime games last week. I think you lost both of those, didn't you?
yes, I did.
What a shame.
No. Well, I split.
Yeah, you did.
I had picked. I thought Detroit was going to play the Bears tough, and they did for most of the game. And and I had picked the Giants over Washington. I'm not over Washington, over the 49ers. So.
Mm-hmm. Let's start our picks, then we'll take a break and we'll talk to Rich Goins. Yeah, Big Ed.
You know what Ronnie Lott said to Phil Simms at the end of that game?
What?
He came up, headbutted him, and said, "You're a choker."
Did he really? I did not see that.
Think that made Phil a little mad?
Probably did.
I thought he said, "I'm going to Disney World, not you."
This is a
Headbutted.
AM 1290 WHIO, the Mike Scinto Show. Before we do our picks, let's go to the phone. Debbie from Kettering, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. You're on with Marty Williams, Tom Brenner, Big Ed Ballard, Mike Scinto, Larry Hanskin, and a cast of thousands.
Gee whiz.
Yes.
So how many did you win last week? I didn't hear. I heard you won.
I was 10-4 last week, thank you.
Me too. I was 11-3.
Wow.
So, well, I went against my Packers. And
so you want to be our guest host next week?
No, but I was curious. I was really cheering for the Raiders this year when Art Shell took over. I wanted him to be successful, overall, but I also am a Bo fan. And I was curious, what chances do you guys think that the Raiders really have in going to the Super Bowl this year?
We'll start around the table. In fact, we'll start with Marty on our phone line. Marty, what chances do they have?
I don't think it would be real strong. Schrader is still struggling at quarterback, and they've had trouble with Kansas City both times, and I think they would have trouble with the Bills also if it gets to that point.
Tom?
The Raiders, they're tough, but I think, like Marty, I think their chances are kind of slim right now. They could pull it off, but I think it's a little slim.
Larry?
I think that they'll get a wild card, but they may not even be the best wild card team.
Really? Okay. Big Ed, the Raider. You like the Raiders?
Yeah, where's Steve Berline? Where's Berline?
Marty, where's
the
Berline?
question.
He's there. They just aren't. They're continuing to go with Schrader.
They better go with Berline if they hope to win.
All right, Debbie.
Yeah.
Good luck to your Raiders. What do you think the chances are?
Well, I've been watching them play as much as we can here, and I think they need a quarterback too, but I don't know where they're going to find one.
All right.
There's not that many good quarterbacks out there, really, and I don't really know where they're going to find one, so I don't think they're going to have any real answer to the problems. But I'd just like to see Art Shell perform well after all the controversy and everything about black coaches, and so I'm really pulling for him.
All right. Hey, thanks so much for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is AM 1290 WHIO, the Mike Scinto Show, with our panel of experts, Marty Williams from the Dayton Daily News, Tom Brenner from Parts Unknown, also Big Ed Ballard from Parts Unknown, and Larry Hanskin, our sports director at AM 1290 WHIO. We'll be back, and we're going to talk to Rich Goins, who's doing something kind of interesting to help either to help the Denver Broncos or to help himself get sick real quick. We'll talk about that. He's been featured, of course, on NBC with Bob Costas on NFL Today. We'll talk to him and find out what he's up to on AM 1290 WHIO in just a moment.
3 days and 3 days only, save an incredible 25 to 50% in every Elder Beerman store during the Elder Beerman Stock Reduction Sale. The sale that means great price reductions for you. Simply put, we've been counting, and our selection is too good. We're overstocked, so we've slashed our prices, which means you'll save a bundle. Don't miss these 3 special weekend sale days, Friday, December 7th, Saturday, December 8th, and Sunday, December 9th. We've reduced our stock, which means everyone who shops Elder Beerman will have a Merry Christmas. And as an extra bonus, take an additional 25 to 33% off merchandise already reduced 20 to 50% and identified by 98-cent endings. Save up to 66%. The Elder Beerman Stock Reduction Sale. 3 days only. Shop Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. When the weekend is over, so is the sale.
Richard Petoskey Diamonds, Richard Petoskey Gold. There's just one place it's been foretold, where Christmas goodies that sparkle and shine are priced the lowest all the time. And that one place is your nearest Richard Petoskey Jewelers. Check our new 24-page Christmas catalog, where you'll find everything from diamonds to gemstones, all specially priced for the holiday season. If you haven't received our catalog, just stop in at any Richard Petoskey location and ask to see our new flyer. You'll find gents diamond rings starting as low as $169. Ladies gemstone and diamond rings starting for an incredible $79. And save up to 50% off on all gold chains that are backed by the Richard Petoskey Jewelers limited 2-year chain guarantee. A Richard Petoskey Jewelers Christmas with thousands of wonderful diamonds. Sale price to make sense for you. So wise up, dear Santa. Come jump in your sleigh. Wrap up Christmas at Richard Petoskey Jewelers today. Lazarus Kettering, Salem Mall, Dayton Mall, Miami Valley Center, Piqua, Town Mall, Franklin, and the Upper Valley Mall in Springfield.
There is a special group of people you should know about. They specialize in an area of medicine that requires exceptional expertise and commitment. They are members of the St. Elizabeth Rehabilitation Center. When people experience a serious illness or injury, they often lose control of everyday skills, the ability to walk, get dressed, or cook their own meals. Teaching people to regain control of their lives is the mission of the rehabilitation team. It's doctors, nurses, therapists, and other specialists meeting daily to discuss patients' individual progress, problems, and special needs. This individualized treatment approach often makes the difference between a patient merely going on and going home. Rehabilitation at St. Elizabeth is the combination of medical expertise, advanced technology, and people, dedicated to helping patients rebuild their lives, helping people believe in themselves. The St. Elizabeth Rehabilitation Center, finding better ways to serve.
The Mike Scinto Show on AM 1290 WHIO. Marty Williams from Dayton Daily News with us on our phone line. Also, Tom Brenner, Big Ed Ballard, and Larry Hanskin, our sports director at AM 1290 WHIO. You guys hot in here? It's the thermostat I think smoking. It's warm in here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be 78, 80 degrees.
It is hot, boy. We say hello to Rich Goldman, sports director for KRFX FM in Denver, Colorado. Hello, Rich.
Yeah, don't talk about the warm temperatures.
For those people who don't know, Rich is, first of all, this has got to be a lot of fun for you talking to all these, you've probably been on every show in the country, haven't you? Or do you feel like it?
You know, it's funny, I was counting up the number because my boss wanted to know how many radio stations and stuff I've been on. I've been on over 60 radio stations nationwide in the past week and a half.
Wow. And you're going to be, are you going to be on NBC again this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Costas was on my radio show with my morning guys, Rick Lewis and Michael Flowax, here in Denver this morning, and he's going to do a live shoot with me on Sunday.
Are you doing your show from up there?
Yeah, I do all my sportscasts from up here in the morning. I do 4 of them for the Fox out here.
Well, up there, we'll tell folks, for those people who don't know, and there probably aren't many out there, what are you doing, Rich?
I'm living on a billboard. I lost a bet to a radio station in San Diego, and then everybody said that I welched on my end of the bet when the Broncos lost to the Chargers, so my morning guys came up with this idea that I'd sit on a billboard until the Broncos won, and now it's been 24 days I've been held hostage by the Denver Broncos. And
I'll tell you something, and it's not real warm out there, is it?
No, well, today actually it's going to be pretty warm, but the last week has been really cold. There's a cold front that moved through here for about 4 days, and it's pretty chilly up here.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. Now, San Diego's the reason you're up there. You're playing Kansas City this week, and you're I think a 7-point dog to them, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pray for that one.
No, as a matter of fact, I did some spring house cleaning yesterday. The radio station built me a little doghouse made out of plywood and 2x4s, and I pulled everything out of there that I've been accumulating over the last 10 days, cleaned it out, and sent a bunch of stuff down because I plan on, at least being here probably another 8 or 9 days.
At least, it may end up being San Diego to get you back off there.
Oh, I don't know. The Chargers aren't really playing that poorly. They've been, playing some pretty good football. Unfortunately, the Broncos have been playing pretty good football, but they just haven't won.
Okay, we're going to go around the table here. I'm going to tell you what, before we cut you loose, and we appreciate you coming on with us.
Oh, no.
We're going to run around the table of our experts here. They're playing Kansas City this week, San Diego, Seattle 2 days before Christmas, and Green Bay on the second last day of the season. When do you guys think he's going to come off that billboard? Larry?
Rich, I just hope that there was some clause in it that you can come down once the season is over, and that you don't have to wait until August for a preseason game.
No.
I don't know that Denver can win.
Okay, Big Ed Ballard, what do you think?
Well, I'm a San Diego fan, as you know. Yeah, I've been picking them all year. I think Rich is in a little trouble. I think this sounds like a Michael Floorwax deal to me.
Now listen,
and I know Michael Floorwax from Cincinnati.
Yep.
Oh, where do you know him from? Cincinnati?
Down in Cincinnati, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
All right, Tom, what do you think?
You might get down for Seattle, but I don't know.
I think Seattle too. I think maybe you'll be home in time for Christmas. Marty, what do you think? When's he going to get down?
Where is the Seattle game played?
Seattle is at Seattle in the Dome.
Yeah. Well, say hello to the groundhog for me.
I love it.
Well, there is, I'll just let you know, guys, there was a clause because Costas gave me the out last week on NFL Live. He said that if, in fact, the Broncos go as Marv Albert would put it 3 up and 13 down, that I get to come down January 29th, the day after Super Bowl 25.
Wow. Hey, listen, the one question I haven't heard answered, and maybe I just missed it when Costas talked to you or when I've heard you on other shows, is there a porta-john up there? Or,
No, I just walked to the end of the billboard and let her fly.
All right.
No, I got an RV down below that I use. It's the largest bathroom on wheels.
All right. Thanks. Hey, good luck to you, Rich, and stay warm.
Talk with you.
Bye-bye. Now, that's dedication.
That's sick.
He will be. We're going to take a break, come back, and make our picks as Pro Picks continues on the Mike Scinto Show on AM 1290 WHIO.
It's easy to take an active part in the Mike Scinto Show. It's as easy as dialing your phone. Dial 457-1290 or toll-free 1-800-345-1290. When our producer answers your call, turn your radio down while you're waiting. You can hear the Mike Scinto Show on your telephone. Please let us know if you're calling long distance or from a payphone, and we'll get to you even sooner. Mike will address you by name when it's your turn. It's just that simple to be a part of the Mike Scinto Show on 1290 WHIO. Christmas, a time for giving. For some children in the Miami Valley, there is nothing to give. Open your heart this holiday season and help the Christmas for Kids campaign. Drop off new toys, gifts, and clothing at Christmas for Kids collection points, including Greater Dayton Gem Savings and First National Bank branches. The Christmas for Kids campaign is sponsored by Gem First National, For the Love of Children Incorporated, and 1290 WHIO to benefit Montgomery County Children's Services. Please help.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Larry. Let's hear that again. Come on. Do it again. Come on. Do it again.
Thank you.
Most reliable weather forecast for Dayton and Moraine. Here's 1290 WHIO AccuWeather meteorologist John Grishak.
Good deal of sunshine this afternoon, high 42. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 27. Tomorrow and Sunday, partly sunny, the high both days, 44. I'm AccuWeather's John Grishak for the Miami Valley's Weather, Traffic, and News Authority, 1290 WHIO.
A scan of our Doppler storm-eye weather radar shows no storm activity in the area. Currently, about 38 degrees at your official weather station, AM 1290 WHIO.
Here's what you missed today during Dayton's early morning show on 1290 WHIO.
Name it and eat it.
Spruce trees in general are a little bit more amenable to this kind of thing than pine.
Simpsons don't have a cow dice game, and I just saw this blue-green light in the sky, and it lasted for just a couple seconds.
I noticed sort of like a bump. The first thing that came to my mind was the earthquake I've been talking about.
Lou M and Jim Manley, a great way to start your day every morning, 5 to 9 on 1290 WHIO.
These guys want me. They know that I'm the only one who's going to pick Cincinnati this week. So you want me to say I'll sit on a billboard till? Yeah. I don't know. Should I?
If Cincinnati loses, you'll sit on a billboard.
Yeah, I should, but I won't.
For the day.
Just for a day. What billboard am I going to sit on? Just someone.
Billboard.
Well, maybe I'll work that out. I don't know. Maybe I'll work it out between now and Sunday. Because they are going to win. We got to run through our picks real quick, as a matter of fact, because we've fallen behind because of all our guests. So we go to our sheet right now, and we'll start with that since that's the one we were talking about. San Francisco at Cincinnati, probably the game to watch this week for most of us. I know most of us in the area. Marty, what do you think?
I think the Bengals have a definite shot at them, but I don't. I'm not confident to the point that I could pick them to win yet. So I have to go with the 49ers.
Okay, Larry.
Even with the injuries, Marty, have you heard what's Roger Craig's status?
He's expected to play, but he was gimpy before Monday night, and then he took another shot to the ribs Monday night. So his, I would imagine, they're not saying, but I would imagine his playing time would be a little bit limited anyway.
I thought Dexter Carter looked impressive against the. I'm going to go with the 49ers.
49ers. All right, Big Ed. 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers. Even without Ronnie Lott, I was doing a little soul searching here, but I'm gonna go with the 49ers. I think it's going to be a close game, though.
All right.
3 points, maybe.
Since we talked about Denver, Kansas City, I don't think... Or I'm sorry, Tom, I missed you. I'm so used to going around the table. Tom, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to take Cincinnati. I'm going to go out on the limb with you this time.
All right. I like that. His idol. He's going out on the limb with his idol. He'll be out on the billboard with me. Something about a beer billboard or something, wasn't it? Yeah, a local beer company. Anyway. Since we just talked about the Denver-Kansas City game, was anybody picking Denver? I don't think so. Stand up now and forever hold your peace. Okay. We're all going with Kansas City on that one. Cleveland at Houston. I don't think there's much doubt there either. Everybody going with Houston? Anybody going with Cleveland? I didn't think so. These are easy enough.
I think the Browns this year may have set a record, although the New England's given them a run for their money, of being the biggest underdog. I mean, I've seen, you just don't see 13, 14, 15-point spreads in the NFL, and that's the kind of spreads we've seen Cleveland involved with.
Well, and if you take away a couple of the last weeks where Indianapolis has been lucky, they've been dogs too, and they'd be a lot worse if they hadn't won those couple of games there in the middle. Speaking of that, Buffalo at Indianapolis. Anybody? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I better go around on this one. You like Indianapolis, Larry?
Well, I don't know. They're playing pretty decent football, and Buffalo on the road. That's my upset of the week.
Oh, all right.
My upset of the week.
And I'm going with Colts as well. So, Big Ed?
I'm going with Buffalo.
All right. Tom?
Buffalo.
Marty?
Buffalo.
All right. Chicago at Washington. Washington, impressive last week, huh? Big Ed? Who you like?
I'm going to take the Redskins in this game.
As I am. Marty?
I think I'll have to go the same way.
Okay. And Larry? Going the same way. All right. And Tom?
I'm going out on a limb.
All right, here we go. We'll have to bring you back. That's not a limb. This is kind of a pick'em, I think. We already did Cleveland, Houston, Minnesota at the Giants. I'm going with the Giants. Marty?
Giants.
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 All right, another unanimous pick for us. New England at Pittsburgh. Anybody going with New England? Okay, I didn't think so. New Orleans at the Rams. This might be a decent game. Like, who cares? But it might be a decent game anyway. Big Ed, I'm going with the Rams.
I'm going to go with Flipper Anderson and the Rams myself.
All right, Tom?
Rams.
Marty?
Rams.
Rams.
All right, another unanimous group. Phoenix at Atlanta. Wow, another who cares. Yeah, wake up, Larry. Atlanta at home.
Yeah, Atlanta at home.
Big Ed? Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Tom? Marty? Whoa, he took a breath.
Yeah, I think Atlanta's missing their starting quarterbacks. I think I'm going to try Phoenix this time.
Okay, Marty doesn't go out on a limb very often and pick upsets, but I don't know I don't know if he's been lucky when he does or not. I can't remember now. Seattle, Green Bay, and as you always like to point out, at Milwaukee.
It's at Milwaukee. So
yeah,
that's important.
Okay, Green Bay, no question. Big Ed.
Green Bay.
Going with the Packers, Larry?
No, I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Okay.
I'm taking the Pack. The Pack is back.
All right, and Marty. Another breath.
I'll try the Packers too.
Okay, so a one Seattle.
Scares me.
Yeah, whenever he takes that breath, you wonder what's coming out next. Sunday night game, Philadelphia at Miami. This is going to be the game of the week, I think. And I like the Eagles. I've liked them all season. I'm going to pick them, even though they're at Miami. Larry?
I like the Dolphins.
Okay. Dolphins.
Eagles.
All right. And Marty?
Yeah, the Dolphins have really struggled when they play physical teams like the Giants and the Raiders. I think I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Who do you go with? I have my headsets off.
Eagles.
Eagles. All right, going with Eagles, too. I like that. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back as the Mike Scinto Show continues with Pro Picks on AM 1290 WHIO.
Tomorrow on 1290 WHIO, it's the Army-Navy game. Come to attention with soldiers and sailors at home and overseas. From West Point at Annapolis to the sands of Saudi Arabia and the waters of the Persian Gulf. As Americans all around the globe listen as the cadets of Army collide with the midshipmen of Navy. The Army-Navy game, 2 p.m. tomorrow on 1290 WHIO.
Make more waterbeds for Dreamland. Make more waterbeds for Dreamland. That's all he ever says. Crazy Pete's got us working our little fingers to the bone making these waterbeds, and then he practically gives them away. Yeah, his prices are so low, who does he think he is? Santa Claus? I love getting all the overtime pay, but when payday comes, I'm still a little short.
Hey, guys, cut the small talk. Here comes Pete.
Dreamland has 6 beds on sale under $199, priced at $179, $159, even $129. And the good news is, Dreamland has them in stock for pickup or delivery now.
Or get the Nightline waterbed complete, including mattress pads, sheets, and pillowcases for only $1.99.
Hey, Tim, let's do a doorbuster sale.
Okay, Pete, we can sell a Pine Ridge mirrored bookcase waterbed on a double storage pedestal. Are you ready?
Doorbuster. Only $3.99. For Christmas, everything in Dreamland has been specially reduced. All furniture is sale priced and in stock now. A warm, cozy waterbed is a present you'll enjoy all year long. And Dreamland has the prettiest bedroom sets in town. All sale priced just in time for Christmas.
Believe it or not, this is how millions of us drive around town every day. Like we have holes in our pockets. It starts in our driveways. Using the less efficient car in the family costs America over 1 million gallons of gas a day. At the gas station, choosing higher octane fuels than we need and not keeping the right pressure in our tires, over 4 million gallons. And when we don't use public transportation or carpool, it's at least 3 million more gallons wasted every day. Let's take steps to cut down fuel waste. President Bush hopes you'll do your part. Drive smart. This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Advertising Council.
It's the spirit of the season.
J.C. Penney can help make your holidays everything you want them to be. This Saturday, save 33% off regular prices on leather jackets for men and young men. 30% off select Worthington separates for women. And for the newborn, save 35% on fashions by Bright Futures. This Saturday only.
It's J.C. Penney, where fashion comes to life.
The Challenge Scinto Show. If you want to challenge a caller on the air, call 252-2300, and you'll have an on-air debate with the caller. The Challenge Hotline, only on the Mike Scinto Show on 1290 WHIO. Okay, our topic has your interest, but how can you get involved? Dial 457-1290 or 1-800-345-1290. When your call is answered, you'll hear the program over your phone. Calling from a payphone or a car phone? Let us know and we'll get to you even sooner. And please remember to call in early when we have a guest. We go to the phones right away on the Mike Scinto Show on 1290 WHIO.
All right, we are back with you on AM 1290 WHIO. Big Ed Ballard, who is our Swami. You're still in the lead. We don't know by how many, but still in the lead in our picks. Tom Brenner, that's okay, I can hang up on him. I know him. Tom Brenner is with us, and I don't know why you're here. Oh, that's right. You want to bet. That's right. Yeah. I helped you out. And Larry Hanskin is with us. He's here because he's paid to be our sports director, and you sort of have to be here. You don't have to.
Written in my contract.
Yeah. Marty Williams is here just because he likes me, and he's going to bring me a Super Bowl hat this year.
I'm here because I lost a bet.
You lost a bet. Monday night game. Boy, ABC's was really lucky in getting all these Monday night super matchups. That the Raiders at Detroit this week. I'm told 2.5 points. The Raiders 2.5 point favorites.
3-point favorites.
3-point favorites. Okay. I'm going with Detroit at home. Larry?
Bono's Monday nights.
All right. And Raiders. Big Ed, another Raider. I knew you were going with the Raiders. There's no question about that.
Art Shell and the boys.
Okay, everybody. I bet it's you too, huh, Marty?
Right.
Okay. What's the game to watch this week? We'll go around the table and see. I like Cincinnati, San Francisco. I think obviously because of our connection with it, but I think that's the game to watch. Larry?
No, I'd have to agree. I think it should be an interesting game, if nothing else.
Where does the revenge factor? I mean, is there a revenge factor? Do you think going back? How many times they've only played them 3 times, haven't they? Yeah, in the past they've lost every time. Is there a revenge factor there?
3 times under Sam. I think they've played like 7 times throughout the years, and the 49ers have won 6 out of the 7, and the last 6 in a row. Sam keeps making a big point about how he hasn't even brought it up, which
you don't completely buy it.
Maybe true because you don't have to be an idiot to remember what they've done to the Bengals in recent years. So he probably didn't need to bring it up, I'm sure.
Is it? I mean, do you think it is a factor?
Oh, I'm sure it would be. Yeah, because I think the Bengals still believe deep in their hearts that if Stanley Wilson hadn't have been suspended and if Crumry hadn't broken his leg, that they would have won that Super Bowl a couple years ago. So I think they view this as a chance to prove that maybe they should have.
What was that final score? Was that like 21-17 or?
I think it was 20-16.
Okay, that's right. Larry?
Well, this is a real big game for the Bengals, and I don't know if it's that big a game for the 49ers. Yeah. And then a lot of times when you have situations like that, you know, if a team is really sky high for an opponent, they better play well early, because it's tough to maintain that level of emotion. I think emotionally, this is a far easier game for San Francisco because they'll be on an even keel at kickoff, and it's a lot easier to stay even when you start that way.
Large one?
Well, this is going to be a tough game for San Francisco. All the things are going against them. Monday night, coming off of Monday night, a big game with New York, but you still got to like them because they just have too much firepower, and even without Ronnie Lott, they're going to be awful tough to beat.
Tom?
This is going to be the game to watch, but I'd also keep my eye on Buffalo at Indianapolis. I think Jeff George is coming along. He's going to be one of the new movers and shakers. He's the new breed of movers and shakers coming in the QB
Troy.
spot.
Yep, like Troy.
Like Troy, yeah.
Well, Tom, this will be hard for you to top in your entire life.
Yeah.
I don't know what you could do to top this.
Life is more successful than this.
Did you record this for him, Mike?
Yeah, it is recorded for posterity, I think. No, I guess not. I didn't.